Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the energy update for all signs for Friday, the 17th of September 2021. I hope you're doing well. I've got a live show 3 times a week here on YouTube. It's called Psychic Cafe. Would love to see you in there. You can get mini reads in there as well if you're interested in getting a question answered by your higher self. If you're interested in a private reading, a full reading with me, they are available from my website, BeHealing.com. You can find a link for that down in the description box below, also one up there as well. So let's find out what are the energies for everybody today. What have we got going on this Friday in the energies for everybody today? There we go. Got a card out to see what it is. Empowerment. Needing to empower ourselves today. Stand up for ourselves. Say no. Declare our boundaries, that kind of thing. It's Queen of Swords kind of an energy. Needing to empower ourselves. Okay, so let's get some more cards out and see more about this energy. What else today for the collective? Vulnerability. Okay, so this is like on an ice edge kind of thing. Feeling vulnerable and the need to empower ourselves. It can so easily go the wrong way, can't it? And we can end up pushing our weight around kind of thing. There's a fine line between drawing up boundaries and being assertive and being aggressive kind of thing, or not being assertive to a certain point, being a doormat to a certain point until we blow up. And those are the energies that are around today. Sometimes we hold ourselves back from being assertive because we have been hurt by aggressive people, and we think that there's something wrong in asserting our boundaries, and there's nothing wrong with that. We can hold ourselves back from it because we think we're not being a nice person. And so it's all about empowerment and vulnerabilities, feeling vulnerable, feeling like we can't do that. Or for some, most unlikely watching this video, it's the other way around, as in needing to stop pushing our weight around kind of thing. I don't think anyone's going any one of those kind of people are going to be watching my videos anyway, because they just don't do this kind of work. Let's face it, right? It's more likely that you might be thinking, oh no, I'm pushing my weight around, when you're not at all, and you're not even asserting yourself enough. So this is a call to empowerment today. Those of us that question ourselves so much about stuff like that tend to be the other way around. Yeah. If you're asking yourself, well, maybe I'm not being sensitive enough, maybe I'm not being willing to see their side enough, you're probably putting up with all kinds of toxic behavior instead of drawing up a boundary. Hierophant, spiritual lessons today. Feels like it to me. Spiritual lessons, the Hierophant. That's Taurus energy as well. I don't often bring the signs into it unless I'm given a nudge, but I don't know why. I don't know why I'm given a nudge about that today. Let's see with the clarifiers for that, of what these spiritual lessons are about. Maybe a Taurian is bringing you some spiritual lessons. Maybe it's me. I'm a Taurian. Got the High Priestess here about our intuition, following our intuition. And the Lovers, all major arcanas today. It's a powerful day. And one more, give us one more. King of Swords. Again, that's about empowerment, but it's about having a lot of clarity about that too. So you could be gaining clarity on something that you need to say no to, or something that you need to draw up a boundary to today, to cut something out, It's interesting, isn't it? Because a lot of us, when we have troubled past, let's put it that way, maybe abuse, even if it's just emotional abuse, we tend to put up with way more toxic behavior than other people do, because it's kind of normal to us. We're used to it. Unfortunately, it could be about that today. Let's see. Why is the Hierophant here? Why have we got the Hierophant here? What are these spiritual lessons about? Hierophant is also about doing things by the book. It's doing things the traditional way, old-fashioned way. It can be that too. And for some reason, I had to tell you it was Taurus energy, so let's see. Too many. Why the Hierophant? Why have we got the Hierophant here? Why do we have the Hierophant here? Oh, Two of Emotions is about a love offer. A spiritual lesson about a love offer. So a love offer could be coming in today, but there's something about it where it could be a yes, but. It could be a yes, but. Yes, but not like this. Yes, but you need to be properly free and available first. Or yes, but Hierophant is about, like I said, by the book, doing things the traditional way, doing things the right way. And it's also the card of marriage because of that too. It's traditions. Someone could be coming at you slightly wrong, and the lesson kind of thing, or the lesson in it could be to empower yourself and stand up for yourself and speak out. And so maybe in the past, like I said, those people that have had troubled pasts, some level of abuse, even if it's, whether it's physical, sexual, just emotional. I say just emotional because often people will, say just before that, and it's arguably the worst kind. Will put up with toxic behavior way more than everyone else, but also will be very susceptible to being chosen by others, or just accepting breadcrumbs. If someone throws you anything your way, you're kind of hungry for love, so much so that you'll put up with more because of it. So there's that dual aspect. So, and maybe that is you in your past, but now you're learning to empower yourself and notice if something isn't quite how you want it, and speak up about that too, and be okay about that. Not be scared that you're going to lose it because you speak up for what it is that you want or how you want it. So I think the empowerment card is coming here to say, if it's not exactly as you want it, don't accept it. And not saying like throw it back in the face, throw the love offer in their face kind of thing. Even if it's a really good love offer and it's better than you've ever got before, if it's not exactly right for you, or coming at you in the right way, you know what I mean by that, a respectful manner, or after having sorted their stuff out first, or tied up loose ends, or whatever. We need to stand in our sovereignty here and empower ourselves and say, yes, but not like that. Yes, but when you've done this. And this isn't about changing people, it's about having very high standards in a way, and knowing what we deserve and not being afraid to point that out, to speak up for what it is that we want. What's behind that is healing energy and a new day. So you're doing things differently this time with this one, with this love offer here. Healing energy because you've healed yourself, and you know it's okay to speak up for yourself and empower yourself. It's a new day. And so new day means that new things can come of this. You're giving the person the option to step up and be right for you. Or they're going to drop away if they don't want to. And that's great if they drop away, if they don't step up. Because then you're not wasting your time getting into this relationship with them. They were never going to do that in the first place. They were never going to raise up. So previously you could have got into relationships where you just kind of give them the benefit of the doubt and hope that they reach their potential that you see in them, because you're a good person and you know that you're reaching your potential, or you're trying to, and you just kind of blind faith in someone that they're going to change or that they're going to do that, which very rarely happens, to actually stating it. Now do it first, mate. Do it first, mate. Don't come at me. The High Priestess. Why have we got the High Priestess here? Intuition. It's very important. It's like, you wouldn't do it with a job, would you? They give you a job offer and you just accept it, hoping that the salary is going to get better, or that the working conditions are going to get better. You stand up for it. Or maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you need to. You stand up for yourself and you're like, no, this is the salary that I deserve. These are the conditions that I deserve. It's a very powerful message to the universe as well, because it will match you up with that eventually. Oh, wow. High Priestess in the Sun, because you know that you can have it all, right? This isn't the card of having it all. This is like a card of joy. So whatever makes you happy. Whatever makes you really happy. This is the card of the inner child being happy as well. And what's the difference there with us being happy and the inner child being happy? Well, the inner child is happy when they're being listened to, when they're being taken care of, especially emotionally. I keep on hearing that just emotional, even though it's just emotional abuse. You might just be emotionally abusing your inner child still by not doing this kind of thing. And when you are loving yourself properly and the inner child properly, you're actually putting their happiness first and really protecting them from great things. It seems better than you've ever had before to have emotions, a love offer, but it's still not right. And it's like, no, my inner child deserves better than that. That's when the inner child can be really happy. If you think about what do children really want? When we go beyond the superficial, what do they really want? Well, they actually want they want love, yes. They want understanding. They want to be allowed to be themselves, absolutely. They also want there to be not guidelines, restrictions a child needs to know that they're cared for by having certain rules and restrictions. I Years ago, I knew this kid who, from a broken home, living with the mum, came to the dad who I was friends with, saying, "Can I live with you now?" He could do whatever he wanted. He could go out whenever he wanted. He could just do whatever he wanted, and that made him feel unloved. And he was like conscious enough to come at his dad like that, saying, "I need more rules." He knew his dad would give him more rules, and that would make him feel more loved. And so you might, from an emotionally wounded place, been treating yourself, and you might have thought, too often, and you might have thought that that was loving the inner child. Think overindulgence, think, always taking the easy route, that kind of thing, comfort zone stuff, instead of what would really make your inner child happy, which is more restriction in a way. It's healthier, right? And so, yeah, intuitively, you know what you should be doing. But whether you will hold yourself to that more loving guidelines, restrictions, I'm not getting the right word for it here. It's parameters. You will feel more loved, and your inner child will feel more loved if you hold yourself to those parameters. It's like eating really well. It's like exercising and stuff like that. The stuff on the surface of it we don't want to do, but if we do it and have that momentary discomfort, we feel better in the long term. That's loving the inner child. It can be seen as tough love, but it's not tough, really. Got transformation here, so I feel like you do know what to do here with these energies today. Whether you'll hold yourself to it or not is another thing. So it is a very empowering kind of a day today. It's almost like the universe is setting you up with like little, not lessons, not tasks, but that kind of thing. Little hurdles. You might trip up on them, or you might step up and do the right thing by yourself, and especially your inner child here. Standing up for yourself, empowering yourself. Doing what the good parent inside of us does. Why have we got the lovers here? What's all of this about? The lovers. Six of inspiration. Win-win is what I'm getting from this, right? Six of inspiration is the card of victory. We've got to be careful, especially when we're talking about love here, because a lot of you guys, I've noticed, you really like the readings where I say someone's going to come back from the past. And often that's because you want to hear what you want to hear. You want to win out. And it's very rare that ever happens. Some people don't come back from the past. It's very, very rare. But the majority of you guys, you want to hear that stuff. So why do you want to hear something that isn't true? Because then you think, because it's your ego, you want to win. But we've got the lovers and the six of inspiration here. So what truly is winning in the relationship? What is winning? You get that person back from the past, so what? So that you can dump them this time? Is that winning? Or because there's only ever win-win relationships or lose-lose relationships. There's never a winner, right? In relationships, who's winning? So with the Lovers and the Six of Inspiration, this can be seen like, oh, great cards. Yes, the Lover's going to come in. I'm going to win. It's be careful, because yes, winning and relationships doesn't really go together. Just be careful about that. Now, some of you could be getting a win-win situation coming in. Some of you could be pursuing or wishing for a win-lose situation to win out over someone that wronged you in the past. So just be careful of what you're wishing for there. It's like a deep state of ego when we do stuff like that. And it's like, no, but I love them. You sure? Are you sure? Retreat. Yeah. That's what I was getting, is that for a lot, these energies are, it's kind of a wake up kind of thing. Wake up. Are you sure you want what it is that you're asking for here? Those of you that have been asking, praying for, wishing for, watching readings for someone from the past coming back. This is saying, be careful what you wish for. Retreat your energy from that. I just need to get rid of that. There's a cable. I'm playing with my foot. Yeah, retreat from that. Now, for those of you that are in seeking a win-win situation in a relationship, so you've got a new relationship or a now relationship coming in, not a past one, then it could be, for some of you, coming together and retreating away together, hiding away from the rest of the world kind of thing. It could be, but I think, but by far the majority, this is more about empowerment. It's about realizing maybe where your vulnerability, who made you vulnerable in the past. You wanting to win out on that. You wanting to win out on the feeling of vulnerability and get that person back, rather than moving forward, learning from the past and moving forward where your true victory is. King of Swords, so gaining clarity on that. Yeah, it's a be careful what you wish for kind of a day today. Knights of Inspiration. The Knights of Inspiration can be the player card, and it can be a player kind of an energy wanting someone to come back. You could be wanting to outplay the player, and you'll all be saying, no, it's not because of that, it's not because of that, but there's some messed up energy about wanting to get someone back from the past. It's just the truth. There's some messed up energy behind that. Motivations, you might want to look deeper at your motivations there and call your ego out on it. Gain clarity on that today is what I'm saying here. Home. So it could be someone that feels like home to you, which isn't necessarily a great thing. Our feelings, when we feel a strong connection with someone, is because they feel familiar to us. When we're learning and growing, we're putting ourselves out of our comfort zone. It doesn't feel familiar to us, but our minds say, no, this is what I need to do. So you're progressing in your career. It's not the things that feel familiar that you need to do. You put yourself out of the comfort zone. You put yourself around the people that you don't necessarily feel comfortable with, but you know that that's how you proceed forward. It's exactly the same thing in our love lives too. The familiar, those ones that we have the feelings like, oh, they feel like home. Well, home wasn't necessarily a great place. What's behind us, our energy that's behind us, feels familiar, and so we can't go off feelings really. Sure, feelings have got to be there for someone, but generally we tend to be attracted to our past selves or someone else experiences that we've had in the past. It's not necessarily the best thing. So we do need to balance up that heart and the mind kind of thing and be very aware that those people that we feel familiar is because connections, humans want connections, they feel familiar to us, we like when we have things in common. We're generally connecting with those that are a match to our past energy or other people that have been in our lives in the past. Anyone that's been through any kind of trauma knows this. You'll get attracted to the people that will give you the same kind of trauma. And so we've got to be wary of our feelings and not solely go off those. So some of you, you might be wishing for someone to come in from the past because you felt a very strong connection with them. And really, you need to be drawing up a boundary, empowering yourself and being really honest with yourself and saying, they weren't the right person for me. They're not if they're in the past. The universe doesn't make mistakes. But a lot of people are saying, but it felt so strong. It felt like home. They must be my twin flame, and twin flame relationships are all messed up and dysfunctional. So they must be the one for me. No, 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 no. Danger zone, danger zone. That is very destructive, not empowering BS for yourself there if you're in that kind of situation. What's going on in our love lives today? Let your friends help you and finances and career. So friends and community could be getting involved in your love life today, which isn't necessarily a great thing, right? But for some of you, this could be about asking your friends for clarity on that. Generally, our friends tell us the truth about the person from the past or whoever it is that you're wanting to get involved with. Generally, if they're really good friends. If they're not really good friends and they don't know you really well, then no, then they'll just be putting their fears on you. But if they do, if you're the really good friends, they will have a good idea of whether that person is good for you. Listen to your friends. Finances and career as well. I'm not really getting a lot from that. I mean, maybe that card just fell out with a let your friends help you. Sometimes happens in readings where a card comes out and it's not really a part of the reading now. It's time to release negativity. So for some of you, your friends are saying that person isn't for you. And you're like, don't be so negative. You're trying to argue with them, but that's your ego wanting to be right here. That's that 6 of inspiration. Just be careful what you're wishing for here. Be careful who you're kind of being negative toward. You might have the belief that you need to be positive and believe that that person is the right person for you in order to manifest it or re-manifest it. That's not what this reading is saying. It's like the actual lesson is about you moving beyond that vulnerability that you feel, which is why you're trying to go backward to the past, and empowering yourself instead. So there's a level above that. It's onwards and upwards. It's moving beyond that. It's empowering yourself. It's choosing no to that person and seeing why you're saying no to that person. It's moving on from it. It's doing that work, that inner work, and then to move on, to forgive, to heal, to move on to the next step. We're constantly evolving and progressing, hopefully, but we can get stuck so easily. This is saying don't get stuck. Don't get stuck on the wrong thing, the wrong person. Keep going. We've got action and acceptance. Acceptance and then action, different actions to take. Like I said, if you are like progressing in your career, the actions that you take are going to be outside of your comfort zone. It's not going to be the familiar. You're not going to say like, okay, to get this promotion, well, I'll just keep on doing more of the same with my buddies here in the office. You know that you don't need to do that to get a promotion. You need to put yourself in with the big wigs, you know. You need to stand up there on that stage and give that presentation, present to those people in that meeting that makes you feel uncomfortable and vulnerable. And so yeah, the actions, when you accept that you can't go backward and win out in that old situation because you've already been there and done that. You had the lessons there. It didn't work. Learn from that and then move forward. Acceptance and then action, different action moving forward. Different action moving forward. And what else have we got? What else? Separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. So some of you are going through this at the moment, this separation. Yes, it can be sad about them and miss them. Can believe that they're yearning and doing the same thing. They might be yearning and doing the same thing too. They might be a mirror of you. In other words, they might not be learning from it and moving on. Getting stuck in victimhood mode on the I've lost this. Unsure of the future, not willing to step into the future, not willing to move beyond that. I just keep on getting this guidance, that there's a lot of people watching me and watching a lot of tarot readings that just want that confirmation that they're right, that their ego is right. And sorry, I can't give you that. I wouldn't be doing my job if I gave you that. That's not what this reading is about anyway. Sometimes that comes up and my guides tell me to say that, but that's not what's in the energies today. Tell us more, a higher view. So we need to take a higher perspective of it, especially the past stuff that we've been through, right? Taking a higher view of it, learning from it instead of being blind to the lessons from it and just going, no, I want to make it right. I want to make it right. It's not necessarily making it right, is it, when we've got that? Tell us more. Tell us more about these energies today. So we need a higher perspective on it all, a more adult parental kind of a what would a really good parent say to you in the position that you're in at the moment? Self-sufficiency and truth here. Yeah, self-sufficiency. So it does seem to be a call to back to self-love and putting yourself first and doing things for yourself rather than trying to go backward into a relationship here. It's kind of a wake-up call today, isn't it? So think of a yes. Oh no, I haven't got these out. Hang on. Wait. Maybe there's something that I was missing. What else have we got here today? These are temporary situations, right? You're kind of in between worlds at the moment is what I'm feeling. For those of you that are resonating with this reading and kind of stuck on someone in the past. It's a temporary situation. The universe is trying to move you through this now. Give you that awareness of, you can get over this and move on. We're supposed to love in the now. Goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Lots of spiritual growth going on today, or the opportunity for that. Of course, we can remain stuck. We've got a staff here. You'll be taken care of in difficult times. So that's the vulnerability again of like, I want to go backwards because I chose them and it's known and I chose them and I just comfort zone. It didn't work, but I want it to work. Instead, go forward into the unknown. That's where the special stuff is. That's where the wish will be granted. Wishbone. So it's a call today to move forward, onward and upward. Think of a yes or no answer question, because I've got a red and a green crystal in this bag. I'm going to pull one of those out very shortly for your answer. It's just a bit of fun. These crystals, it's a general reading, right? And so if I use these in a private reading, it will be right. But for these general readings, it's just a little bit of fun. So think of a yes or no answer question while I get some more cards out. How best to deal with these energies today? I need to see what that was. Okay. Because it almost came out there. How best to deal with these energies today? Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands is stability. And it's about marriage, yes, but it's about stability more than anything. Commitment, stability, things founded on stability. If you've had a breakup with someone in the separation at the moment, that's not stable, is it? I mean, you're always going to know that. You're always going to, that's not two people choosing each other from the outset and moving forward together. That's two people that are a mismatch. Yeah. And even if you were to get back together, it would be, you'd always be aware of that time apart and all of that. This is something that starts from a solid foundation, probably slowly. So be in it for the long term and be honest with yourself about mismatches too, mismatch of energy, not being on the same page at the same time. The Chariot. The Chariot is about fast forward motion sometimes, but the right things aren't fast forward, they're slow. Direction and willpower, because the right things are chosen specifically. That's when you put your foot on the accelerator, right? When you know something is right for you, when you've chosen it consciously. And yeah, direction and willpower. So you do have that ability to choose wisely for yourself, like a parent would, like going back to what I said before, like a parent would, not just caving into, okay, you can have the sweets and lollies and because I don't care about your health. Child doesn't feel loved like that, not in the long term anyway. And so don't do that to yourself. So I'm getting that there's some maybe hard choices. It's not really a hard choice because it's the best choice for you, but it's Like, make better choices for yourself today. So think of a yes or no answer question now, because I'm about to get the answer out. Pause if you're not ready. The answer is no. It's the ruby. No. There you go. Now you know. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. While you're down there, click that subscribe button along with that notification bell if you want to hear more from me, especially if you want to know when I'm going live 3 times a week in that Psychic Cafe show. And you can get your higher self questions answered in there by me. What else? Oh, leave a comment. Let me know what's going on. Would love to hear from you and how that resonated. Have the best day ever. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.